We're just returning from a 4-night trip to Western Massachusetts. We flew from Dublin to Hartford Airport with Aer Lingus, which was a great experience. We were on their new aircraft, which was a really smooth and pleasant journey, and we also had the privilege of getting upgraded to business class, which was a lovely experience. Once we arrived, we were greeted at the airport and initially brought out to the D Hotel for the first 2 nights of our stay, which was really enjoyable. There was a great Irish connection in the hotel. The owner is Irish, from Kerry, and we experienced great hospitality. We met a lot of the locals as well. In general, everyone that we met was really welcoming and interested in Ireland and where we come from, and the hospitality was fantastic. So we spent the first 2 nights there. On the first day we went to the Yankee Candle shop, so that was amazing. It's a really big store that they have over there, with every candle imaginable and every scent. They also had a really good themed Christmas department and a store which is famous over there, and really big with the locals, especially at Christmas time, and kids and families. Later on that day we went whitewater rafting, which was a really enjoyable experience. Unfortunately it was raining, but it didn't really matter because we got wet anyway. But the scenery was spectacular as we went down the river, and we went up to a tree rapid, I think it was. So it was a bit scary at times, but overall a really good experience. In the same area you can also do zip lining and canoeing, so there's great facilities for any outdoor enthusiasts. What really surprised me was the food. We experienced loads of different restaurants and we never had a bad meal. Like really unusual. Went to a German restaurant one night, we did a Mediterranean another day, so there's plenty to choose from. Also ate lots of steak, loads of lovely steakhouses, and as I said, not a bad meal anywhere. It was really good and more reasonable, I thought, as well, menu wise, than other parts of the States. So after 2 nights at the D Hotel, we left to stay in the MGM in Springfield, which is a relatively new hotel, and it's super modern. The style is very contemporary, but they brought loads of different elements of Springfield into the hotel. Had lots of old memorabilia and artifacts in the hotel. So much to do. There was multiple restaurants, casino of course, there was a pool, a spa, and plenty of restaurants there as well. So we stayed there for 2 nights. When we were in Springfield, we went to some of the museums that they had to offer. The first one was the Basketball Hall of Fame, which was really, really interesting. We got to tour the hall. We saw a video clip and then we got to tour the hall, and there was so many interactive different things that you could do there, especially if you were with kids. And I found that particularly interesting because my kids play basketball, and it was really interesting to see the All-Stars and everything. It's such a big sport over in the States. We also went to the Dr. Seuss Museum, which I really loved because we were always read Dr. Seuss as kids, so it was really lovely to tour the museum and hear a bit about the man himself. And again, that was a really good activity for families and kids. We also went to the Forest Park, which is the biggest national park, and that was super. You could easily spend a day there. Lakes, lovely walks, parks for the kids, picnic areas, and be really super in winter or summer for a day out. The highlight of the whole trip, I think, was our visit to the Big E, which is a huge exhibition that's held over a 2-week period every September. It's visited by loads of surrounding towns in the New England area. It's basically like the Irish Ploughing Championship, except maybe 10 times bigger. I think one day alone they had 1.5 million visitors. It was really brilliant day. Yeah, there was everyone at it, from old and young, families, and there was something for everyone. There was rides and different attractions, and then they had loads of stalls. There's a fair there. So the food there was amazing. There was so much choice. If you want to experience real American cuisine, like the choice was phenomenal. They had giant turkey legs, cream puffs, which are famous over there, and plenty more to choose from. And then they also had beer tents, which were really good fun as well. And there was just a really lovely atmosphere in the whole exhibition. And then they finish off with like live concerts and music, and they have a parade there every evening at 5 o'clock, which was also great fun. And we were lucky enough to be asked onto one of the floats, which was a really great experience.